Hey gang, I'm still at ISSE Long Beach and I'm gonna do something on my nail. Well, I'm not going to do it. Gina's. Hey Gina! Hi guys! So as you know, Gina is running the Crystal Culture, which is all about the bling. So sparkle sparkle with some Swarovskis. Check this lamp out at the table. Check her nails out. So she's gonna hook me up with something that I won't knock into my eyeball, hopefully, because I'm clumsy.
You don't want to get a big cube like this?
Yes, I probably couldn't handle a cube. I think I would hurt myself or something like that.
All right. So what do we have on here right now?
It's really got
cool.
shellac top coat.
Awesome.
So if you need to buff it or what have you.
I'm gonna buff it to remove the shine because I do like to put my top coat around the edge to help secure them a little.
So again, since I came to the show with my nails done, we have to buff the surface so that the product will adhere, because if I'm gonna get some Gina nail, I definitely don't want it coming off.
I've got a little bit right here that I might have buffed too much. Let's see, there we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna cleanse really quick with prep and wipe. We'll make sure there's no oils or anything here to interfere, so it'll last you a nice long time. And then, do you want flat back crystals? Do you want to do like a little mini cluster? Something kind of fun?
Whatever you think would be fun.
Have you had a cluster
It's all about
like
the
this?
viewers. No, I haven't.
All right, we have to then.
All right, it's all about the viewers.
Awesome. And it's always fun to do something different, right?
Yes.
I won't put huge ones like mine.
Okay. All right. See you in a bit.
Let's see.
Oh, here. Look, it's Anne from Koopa.
Hi! Are you live?
Yes.
Oh, how cool.
Where can they find you online, Anne? How can they find your videos?
On the Nail Tip Show.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Brilliant.
And
so look up the Nail Tip Show.
And on Instagram, @Chang_. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks. We'll see you later.
So we are going to give you a little bling.
Yay.
These are nice. These are like an SS19, so they're not as big. This is a 24, so this one's a little bigger, but I think it'll go nice with your color that you got going on.
So she's picked up a 19 and a 24. For those of you just turning in, we're at the Accents booth at ISSE Long Beach.
So usually I'll lay 3 of them down to see how they kind of go together. You don't want to go with a really big crystal and a small one, so we have the 2 SS19s and 124. Those will sit nicely on the nail. And then I'll keep out some, I like to put little crystals kind of in between. Maybe we'll use these light chrome ones since you have this chrome thing going on, so it will match.
And what do the little crystals help with, Gina?
Well, it's not that it even helps because I don't have to do it, but I don't like to see if there's a gap. I don't like to see a blob of gel like once it's on the nail in between the gap. So
See the little gaps?
I will use these to kind of put in between, and that way you don't see, like, see how here we have this? You don't have to, like I said, but I like to because...
So she's using smaller crystals to cover up the gaps in the larger crystals so that you just don't see the pockets of gel. You actually have additional shimmer from the crystals.
So this is called Bling On. It's by Accents, and it was a really thick viscosity that's specifically made to put the bling on. So I'm going to use a little bead of this. It's really super thick and sticky. Now these are the size of our crystals. We're going to kind of go similar to the size of the smallest of the crystals that we're using. So we don't want it to be too big, then we have too much gel, but you don't want it to be too small where you won't have enough. So kind of just like lay it down, twirl it around, so that way it stays in a nice 3-dimensional bead on the nail.
So looking at that from the side, see how she's got a little bit of stand up there. And remember, she said it's about the size of the crystal.
Or sometimes a little smaller. Not a big deal if you're not sure, because if you have too much and you feel like it's going to be squirting out the sides, you can just wipe the excess off. So now I'll use my crystal katana. It's a great tool. It's just a really high quality wax. And I'll just lightly touch the crystal and it picks it right up without hardly any pressure. And just place that right into the bead of gel. So you can see, turning it sideways and everything, it's not going to slip and slide everywhere because it's that sticky and thick.
So bling-on was specifically designed to be used with crystals.
So once they're placed in there, you can use the back side of the katana. We don't want to get any gel on that nice wax tip. You want to try to keep it in the best condition you can. If you get gel, you can just easily wipe it off, or scrape it off. But the more you have to scrape it, the smaller your tip's going to get. Then you're going to have to replace it. So if you want it to last longer, just take good care of it and try not to get anything on that wax tip.
Your turn, Mom.
Now here, see where I have that little bit of gel kind of coming out the side? It's a little too much. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll take a clean brush and I'll just come in and just kind of get that little excess.
So you don't have to leave extra blobs around the Swarovski. You can go in and do a little bit of cleanup before you cure.
Yeah, I don't like it to look like a blob, so I always do that. Now I'll take those little ones, like so see here where we can see that gel? I'm just going to kind of tuck them in and just camouflage it a little bit. You won't really notice it. It's my own little thing that I like to do. Whoops. Like I said, use the tip of your katana. And then one more over here.
So for those of you just tuning in, I'm at the Accents booth getting a crystal culture demo with Gina Silvestro. She's using Accents bling-on to place some of the larger crystals.
So now when it's in the light, you're going to put your whole hand all the way in because the bulbs are here towards the back. And I want you to just pivot your nail side to side like this. We want the light to kind of penetrate and travel in between the crystals so it cures all that gel that's in between there.
Are you guys totally jealous that my hand is in the sparkly light right now? So we're making sure, rocking the nail side to side. I can't do it without rocking my whole hand. And see where she tucked those little accent crystals into that gel so that you're not seeing the gel coming out in between.
So now I'm going to secure them. We got on here a little piece of something. This is called Crystal Clear. It's like a medium. It's a little bit of a thinner viscosity, but it's not quite as thin as a regular top coat. If I'm doing a cluster like this, I want to get a good viscosity that's going to go around the edge, really strong to hold them and really secure them good. So it's almost like creating a prong out of the gel. So get a little bit on your brush and then just drag it right around that edge. If you don't have a gel that's quite this thick, it's okay. You can use a gel polish. But if it's a little on the thinner side, then maybe you might want to do like 2 layers, you know, put a little bit, cure it, and then do it one more time so that you make sure that you get enough there to really hold it in place good. And I always just tell people, think of this as like a prong, like on your diamond ring, when you have a prong that holds the diamond in place. That's what we're doing. We're creating like prongs out of the gel right over the edge of the crystal. Because the bling-on, it sets it in place, but it doesn't really secure it. You know, it's just sitting in that gel. If you whack it hard enough, it could pop right out. This is going to hold it in place.
So you're going even around on the top where the crystals are touching each other on top.
Yep. And all people are always saying, oh, you've got that big thing, it's going to get caught in your hair. It doesn't get caught because we come around all the edges like this, so we're kind of sealing all those little gaps. Nothing will get caught. All right, pop that in.
So did you catch the analogy, gang, of making sure that you're sealing all those edges, A, to keep from catching them in your hair and everything else, and B, so that it's like holding the crystals down like your prongs hold your stones in on your jewelry.
And the same way, you don't want your prong to cover your whole crystal or your diamond because you won't see your diamond. So if you go over the whole thing with gel, which a lot of people do, it kind of ruins it because what you see when you see the sparkle, and this is really great because on my lamp I have this really big, it's an SS40, and you can see all those facets. That's where you see the reflection of light and the shine. If you cover it with gel, it's going to round it out and you're going to lose that. And you lose all the shine. You may as well use a cheap little plastic gem if you're going to do that, you know? And then I'm going to use Shine On, which is a little bit thinner. It's a little easier to apply around the smaller crystals because it's a thinner viscosity. It's not so you can go around really quick, and it doesn't have a tacky layer. So sometimes I'll just to be lazy, not have to wipe it off at the end, because the crystal clear does have a tacky layer. And also for a little added insurance, I'll go right around those one more time just to make sure. It's not a thick gel, so it's not gonna like drown it out or anything, but it'll just help a little bit more. And now we're gonna top coat the nail. So over here on the side, I wouldn't be able to reach with my nail polish bottle. I'm gonna use this on the nail to apply my top coat. Same thing here around the cuticle area. Not touching the skin, but getting in those hard to reach areas that my polish brush won't be able to get around. And then I'll just grab my polish brush. And this is once again Shine On. I mean, any gel top coat will do. And go right up, butt it right up against those crystals one more time to really secure them. Cap the edge. And I like to make sure there's no, make sure I have a good line of light before I cure it. I don't like when I get like a big lip at the edge. I use my little brush like this. Sometimes it settles at the edge of the nail, you know? And then cure it.
And that always ships.
Yep, so you want to get the edge, but you don't want to leave like a big blob there either. So.
My hand is in the sparkle lamp. Look, you guys. Say hey. Hey. So you never know who you're going to get to hang out with when you go to shows. You should go to shows. Just saying. One of your top tips is basically making sure you're sealing all the edges of the stone so that it's not catching on anything.
Yep. And yeah, make sure that you have enough too, because some people they'll go around with a brush, but there's not enough on their brush, so they just kind of just like squishing their brush around and not leaving anything behind. And you don't also, you don't want to drown it out either. So that's it. Now cuticle oil for those cuticles, which be using some daddy oil right now, just saying.
There you go. Why is there not daddy oil over here, Linda?
I don't know. Voila.
Check that out. Let's get some light on the subject.
And we have Kelly over here
so
too.
She perfectly complemented my existing nail design.
And we have Kelly. Kelly actually invented this really cool tool, the crystal katana.
Nice.
Have you met Kelly yet?
Crystal Ninja, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys, this is the Crystal Ninja. So the pedicure chair that you keep watching the videos of, this is who hand placed all those stones like a crazy person. I totally need to talk to you about blinging out some things for me.
Okay, you got it.
All right? Yep. So thanks for tuning in. This video helped you guys with your crystal placement, and we'll see you later. It's Lisa! Woo-hoo!
Hey.
Bye, guys.